I'll be very real here. The fact that it made it to the RMR, I think, was already a bit of an overachievement. It looked like it was scrappy. The wins they had was also against not so great opposition, so to speak. They made it here so far, and on day one, they take down Furia. Sure, you can complain of Furia kind of, maybe waking up on the wrong side of the bed, but again, they continue to impress despite the fact that a lot of these names, to the average viewer, they don't know who they are.
I don't think there's a side of the bed Furia can wake up on, actually. That's going to help them.
Just don't go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. But you, Janko, what do you think of this lineup?
I think Gamer Legion, you have to give them props, winning 4 best-of-3s in a row at the RMR from being 0-2 down, incredible resilience from such a young squad. And what you were talking about some other team would fold after losing the players that they did lose, I think is just a testament to their staff and the job that they do at scouting talent, right? Doing more with less, sort of something that the Ents did in the past as well.
Ash has been getting a lot of props, and rightly so.
Yeah,
kind of one of those guys who's always been in the background so much, doesn't get a lot of praise, but now people are starting to recognize his abilities.
What a YouTube channel can do for you, Rich, right?
Incredible, right?
I think also they play the way they need to play, and they need to be given props for that. Like, they don't play an ideal way of Counter-Strike, right? But I think it's the understanding of Ash as well that he just doesn't have the players for it right now. Or these players haven't evolved enough to play a ton of default. Like, their stuff is a lot more set. Not saying they go and do an A execute straight off of the spawn, but even in their default, some of the moves, like there's a clear first phase, second phase, third phase, sometimes to the rounds. And especially on a map like Mirage, for example, they play with a lot of pace, which is uncommon these days and puts a lot of pressure on the CTs really to be able to stop that.
Yeah, I feel like they just play to the level that, like you said, the players they have, right? So obviously they haven't really been tested as well. If you look at the best of threes, the teams they beat, it wasn't anything too crazy. And I know we don't have the map vetoes up yet here, Rich, but I am curious because the one map which I thought would be the common map we would have would be Vertigo. I thought maybe it'd be a map both the two teams would float. They have a pretty high success rate on it. So I'm wondering if that is something which could come into play here. Is it going to be banned out? And a ban comes in. That's a bit of a surprise to me, in all honesty.
Pain play a lot of Nuke back in the day. I don't know if that's something we could see.
Yeah, absolutely. Very comfortable on that map. Definitely can be something they play against a ton of Tier 1 teams too. And I think this is something Gamer Legion could expect. Not banning the map themselves. Obviously, in the end, they prefer it over Inferno. So interesting from Gamer Legion, not wanting to play Vertigo again after just beating Furia and pretty handedly, right? So just trying to maybe throw a little bit of a curveball towards Pain Gaming side. But they themselves, in their opening game against Imperial, they played Dust. That's Imperial's best map. So I think we were seeing some of those mind games early on here from teams in the best of one.
And I feel like for Game Legion as well, this map, sure, they won the last time they played this, but I think they lost to Falcons in the RMR on this map. And listen, losing to Falcons on any map is kind of rough right there. So I'm a little surprised they allowed this trade. All honestly, I feel like for them, consider how young they are as a team, is playing to some of the strengths would have been an ideal scenario. But that being said, Rich, in all honesty, let's be real. I think Pain are the favorites here.
I'm curious to see the plan from Gamer Legion, right, on both sides, really, because this is a map that Pain plays a lot. They like to play it. They're very comfortable on it. So you wouldn't go to it unless you felt like, okay, we can put something up, bring something in that will work. That should work pretty well against these guys.
And as I said, I mean, I watched a lot of Pain on Nuke, even though I know it's a different lineup these days. I mean, Big Zero obviously has been there forever, so Furia just keep fumbling the bag and not getting him. But he can call this map incredibly well.
He can call this map, but not, apart from that, just an individual as well. I think he's very pivotal. He's going to be the guy who's making all the moves as well. For me, I'm looking at Snow, man. I'm looking at Snow. Him coming into this team, he was very young coming in. I'm like, is he just there just for the morale or whatever? But he seems to kind of come into his own, and I think he's going to be absolutely the player for me to watch in this one.
He said something similar at the after party.
I don't think he's done... He hasn't impressed, really, so far. Sure, he's young and all that, but I want to just see Kawes for the sole reason that he had one of the most crazy rounds I've seen in a long time. The first game
was sick.
On Dust 2 against Imperial, right? So can he ride that hot hand and sort of continue in that fashion here against Gamer Legion?
Well, look, I haven't done predictions, but you both feeling pain for this one?
I'm feeling the pain.
Yeah, feel the pain?
With you, Richard,
always pain.
Bring the pain, Rich.
I'm trying to set you up here, Janko. Don't come me. Okay. Oh, well, actually, we're bringing the casters. We're bringing the casters. Look, here you go.
I'm in pain too.
Why is that?
I'm actually not in.
You got a material prep, bro. This is 2 ways, man.
I wasn't ready
You thought you could just turn up and get away with that? Not on my watch, dude.
I forgot people respond.
It's conversations.
What about you? You hurting?
Me? No, I'm all good, man. We're coming in, RMR's done, Mo. We're fresh. We can't be in pain. That's your guys' job. So.
Well, listen, give us. You got about 20 seconds before we're in the game. So, quick predictions from you.
Yeah, Payne absolutely going to take this, dude. Big Uzera is going to the next stage. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, Yard is all about Big Uzera. He's going to be amazing out there.
All right, well, let's bring it home in big fashion. I'll let you guys take it away. Have a great cast.
Why, thank you, Richard.
Thank you so much.
That guy, eh?
Yeah. But no kidding, Big Uzera outside on Nuke. That's what it's all about.
Tell me about it.
I think he's just he's sort of like, I call him Brazilian Donk.
Yep.
I call him Bonk.
Yep.
Okay. Big Uzera walking around the yard, doesn't need to tell anybody what he's doing. He knows exactly how to make these plays. He's amazing at it. Now we've got Snow showing that he can play on the stage. We got Kawez putting together that unbelievable ace earlier today. There are a lot of ways in which Payne could win this game. But that's not to say that Gamer Legion are out. I think they're just going to require a little bit more teamwork. This is very much teamwork versus individual level. Payne are all about their individuals.
Yep, I think that's a perfect way to put it. And I think that obviously Gamer Legion, they're trying to play this they're trying to play this 7-map pool, dude. Their vetoes are hard to kind of judge because suddenly they come in and maybe exceed expectations. Right now, individual levels the way of NQZ. Can't manage to tap away a third. That's Flamus on close box. He's got 2 players back down Secret who are looking to come join him. Lux finally reveals himself to be inside of the garage with that blindsiding headshot. This isn't a bad place for Gamer Legion to try and reclaim anything, considering this was 3v5. You got low HP on Volt and Slend, sure, but I mean, Lux, 1 point of health. If not for his 1 point of health, Flamus is still up. These 3 players hit that A site. All is good. But when we get into the creepy crawly launders, we get into that silent sneak.
Yeah.
Where both players are going to group up on single. Listen, they're going to open the door, they're going to pop a smoke. And they thought they would get away with the bomb plant, but Snow thrusts himself into the action, and now Volt is tasked with the recovery. This is still, of course, a 1v1. Snow could throw this.
He is playing very lurky, but also I think he just needs to go out in the open. Volt's going to try to look for him. There it is, yeah. Snow finally hunts that down. Solid 2K, well played in this round from him. And Lux, 1 HP for that 1 kill right before they went down Secret. That made the difference. It's that individual level shining through.
Look, man, I took a little peek at your homework, Launders. I kind of was checking out your Pick'em's arguments, and when you said, Payne are one of those teams that kind of stepped forward back in, like they had like the Rio crowd in terms of like crowd at an opening stage, right? This attitude right there, we saw it back at Cologne as well when Payne were finding some success. This is a team that kind of thrives on the energy and elevates to those moments.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually something that they have over top of a lot of the opposition at this stage.
And unfortunately, I mean, I have a memory of, ZTR getting pretty nervous in front of a crowd. I mean, and it also is a matter of he's not the player that he is today, so he can definitely be better, and he's got Ash behind him, and
sure,
they've definitely done a lot, but there's no questions about Payne in front of a crowd. They love the energy. They soak it up.
Snow obviously popping off with that little Beretta play downstairs, looking to make the most of it. Money to be made on the SMG here as they group up inside of lobby and look to reroute. I feel like you just saw a few bodies. They're going to try Hut instead, feeding themselves to the M4. I do think from the get-go, Gamer Legion to have their hands full. I rate Payne's CT side and Nuke in general pretty high. Yeah. So I do think that this veto maybe have gotten away from Gamer Legion in a way.
A lot of vetoes today that teams are running into the other team's best map, hardest map to play on.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it's a matter of the map's coming, so do you spend the night prepping really hard for it, knowing that you're pretty good at it and you know it's coming, or do you try to take it somewhere else and maybe a little uncomfortable yourself? I'm always a believer you should just bet on what you think is best for you, and even if the other team is good, you just play your best game and go for it, but that doesn't mean you're going to win.
Just beat them.
Just beat them.
Just beat them.
You only need 13 rounds these days.
They take a nade as they approach the bottom silo. Towson doesn't seem too deterred by it. Creeps up alongside. Main, nice wall of smoke timing. I like the timing he's got here creeping forward. This could very well catch them off guard. We see the CTs using nades in the background, but look, doesn't seem too ready.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, the timing doesn't end up netting them the opening kill, and then he creeps into garage where NQZ is going to body bag him.
That was a very interesting way to path. That smoke was huge. Went all the way to credit card. Let me set up that wall, I guess.
Volt trying to find a path.
Oh, he might have a timing. Oh, never mind. So
he doesn't get around it. Incendiary keeps him at bay. Flashbang for the Cowes peak. Hello!
Oh.
Goodbye. Sits 2 down. Slend and Volt blind as bats.
Cowes was the player that should have ended up on him on Furia. He was one of them that got lost. Big Uzera, Cowes.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I mean Cowes was more free.
Sure.
Cowes was in their Academy League.
Yeah.
You know, Big Uzera they had to pay big bucks for, but they didn't capitalize on the opportunity. So, I mean, it's still Furia and Pain in this stage of the major, trying to prove who's better. But a lot of people are very high on Pain at the moment.
Hell, I mean, there's a lot of people high on MIBR more so than Furia. You know, so we talk about Furia as maybe the kind of org that's missed.
It's just that they have the best player. Yeah,
sure.
But if it wasn't for that, yeah. There wouldn't be much else right now.
Definitely looking at Brazil and kind of, you know, this was the conversation that I thought was interesting about this stage of the major. If it wasn't for the success of Brazilian teams at the PGL Copenhagen major, Furia would not be here.
Like
Furia show up at, no, Imperial would have made it over them, right? So it's like, it's one of those things where like Furia wouldn't even be in Shanghai at the actual major if not for the spots earned by Brazil. Brazil is the country that has the most players being represented at Shanghai, 19 players. Imperial and Furia are both added to that list because of the spots that Brazil earned 1 major ago. If not, 9 players. Ugh, that's basically Denmark. So it's, you know, Furia have a lot to thank these other organizations for because they wouldn't even be here. And yet now they're all going to duke it out to see which, if any, can advance to the next stage. And on behalf of all of the Americas, thank you, Brazil.
I would also like to say, wouldn't want to shade Furia too much, because in history they have helped NA with some of their runs as well.
Absolutely. You know?
Oh, ouch, man. That's about as good as a nade will get. Wow. It turns the entire setup away from outside. Paint won't even learn about it till later, but there's about to be a lot of assists in the kill feed.
Snow's got a feast coming his way with all 5 players already tagged up thanks to the util. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, feast. Chew on that. Tech 9 bullet to the brain. Volt's D-Gold connects with 1, but NQZ's here to stop them in their tracks. Bomb thrown out forward as well. Cover out from heaven and Big Uzera. And that little half-buy from Gamer Legion nets them nothing.
Yeah. 2 very strong instant kills. It was the only thing that brought them close, and it was still just 3 players straight up mowing them down off the back of that great grenade. So full buy comes in here for Gamer Legion. We'll have to see what the idea is going to be. Zeter, 0 T rounds. All too real.
For now. But a good buy. And early pressure on Squeaky. Smoke to make the vent threat feel real, but exposed by the frag grenade, and we're going to get pressure over towards ramp. An attempt to recover the spray. Cowes can't get the multi-frag, and so NQZ is going to try to slip in, catching wind of any potential B commitment, but he can't keep eyes on it, so banking on the solo door hold. Oh, it ain't pretty.
Oh,
Lux
wow.
tries to go back in.
Yeah, not pretty for either of them, but I feel like, you know, once the first shot's missed, like Lux can try to re-peek into that, but he kind of needs to get the frag from there on. Towson is a little low.
Ouch.
Pre-fire doesn't work out. Snow to replace Big Uzera. Big Uzera with low HP still gets his.
Damn, feels like both of those frags could have gone Gamer Legion's way instead, but we find Pain sitting pretty. 3v2 in for the retake. Now, Big Uzera low health. Surely he's going to just set up his teammate for the trade. The util looking healthy. We've got still a smoke to put on top of the bomb when needed. But that bomb passed the halfway point. They've kind of just let Gamer Legion start to question in the silence. There's the swing out. Big Uzera indeed traded. Flamus at a distance, trying to lock horns with NQZ. Molly on his feet. He's going to be forced into the other peak, and it's fine by him. Woohoo! Double kill, 1v2. Gamer Legion on the board.
Damn, stand up, Flamus. Nice, man. I know it was a rough go with the RMR as well at his first day. Sort of barely making it, and then ending up having a legendary run with his team. And he is a guy who burns bright, for better or worse. Always goes for it. An excellent aim on his best day, and clearly his focus is here right now.
And demanding of his teammates to kind of bring that same fire to the server. Says if I, see them lacking in confidence, I'm going to make sure they have to offer it. And his confidence forces him out through squeaky door to his demise. They'll catch his Snow up in the rafters. Good double kill from Volt here on the entry, but it's a quick push into the smoke, trying to trade places.
Oh my God.
We've got another CT still here towards main, but lobby's compromised. We've got players low, and they're going to take the vent as an evacuation path.
Yeah, because they don't have squeaky control. They know that someone's inside of that mini smoke, and they don't have time to suss this out. This is a great play here for ZTR. They did it quietly.
Good move.
No CTs alarmed with the smokes up, and now it's just a retake that is really scary because they got NQZ coming in with the op.
Do they chance what's left of this?
Wow,
Pain?
that's it. That's the call from ZTR. It's perfect timing here to find that gap, and now Pain won't go for it.
Damn. It's one of those moments where Pain obviously so happy to put on the pressure just by barreling out throat smoke to begin with, but then a 100-0 in the sense that they just let him slip away.
Yeah, well, they couldn't see him, right?
But like no pressure through, like even the additional main players playing sneaky.
The guy in main was behind a smoke. He was just waiting behind the main smoke. Okay. And then the only guy upstairs, because...
Pushed through squeaky, but there was also a Heaven player.
The guy Fur died.
Okay.
The guy Fur died, and then the guy in squeaky ran out of ammo. So...
No Heaven peek? Just let him get away.
I mean, I think they had every right to get down squeaky without being spotted. I mean, unless... the guy in squeaky was going to push, and the guy in main is going to push through. They both push through smokes, and the Heaven guy pushes. That'd be kind of a weird play, I think. So I think it's just a really good call here for ZTR.
2 T rounds. Change the name. Pressure all over again. Pain trying to throw themselves at early fights with this posted op inside hut, but through the smoke, Lux loses. NQZ, how long do you wait around?
Oh man,
Volt goes
dude,
that extra step wide.
I tweeted the other day, Volt's going to get his flowers eventually, man. He has had some killer maps, some killer performances. Such an impact player.
Comfortable 5v3 established. Gamer Legion starting to kind of catch wind of the tempo that Pain are throwing in these early rounds. We saw him slow it down last round, succeed. They're doing the same damn thing right here yet again. Vacant A site. Big Uzera worried about it, but knows that Outer is important, and Gamer Legion have all slipped by.
As soon as they take a peek.
Parting gift, as 3 players were already down the stairs. He makes sure to keep Big Uzera honest, and this is a nice opening for Gamer Legion to kick off at T side.
Yeah, there won't be any rotations here once again, so game plan looking sound here. They know when to take downstairs, and they know when Pain are going to be a little locked up. Of course, if Big Uzera found his kill, they would have freed up a rotation, both either to go through the vents or to trail behind them on secret, and then we'd have maybe a different round, but gotta give credit to Gamer Legion for finding this gap. Yeah, Volt's also from the Academy League, and I would say he was always the most underrated player from the Academy League. Never going to be top 10 in stats or anything like that. Not a star player by any means. But for my money, straight impact. Smart plays, and his aim is getting better. Better and better.
And kind of the last piece of some of that early Gamer Legion success. This is now an organization we're talking about at multiple majors. Whether or not those players get poached, Adley, Shuhei or Ime. Then obviously having to go through changes, Ash being the kind of captain of those alterations on the roster. And clearly whatever, you know, whether Volt gets his flowers already or not, I think Ash believes in him, kept him around. Good pillar for the team. Of course, the newest roster as well, if I'm not mistaken. Gamer Legion coming into the major, something like 60 days, I believe, with Towson. So, having to make moves and adapt fast, but guns back out for Pain.
Yeah, there's extra pressure on teams like Gamer Legion because you know a player could get sold at any moment, so they've got to get good fast, and they managed to do it again. Playing with fire right there. Towson's got the molly for secret. That'll come down. As they scale outside, and you know what? The control window is broken open right now, but they're going up top. Op shot comes in. ZTR above, doesn't want to give away his position just yet. But they're not going to think about this outside the ladder, so that's a kill for him. That's actually on Lux, too. There's a low HP player downstairs.
Hell yeah. Nicely done by ZTR to just kind of keep things silent. We get Kawez trying to make a move, getting active up into the lobby, looking to cut off Towson, who is critically carrying bomb. But all the while, Kawez is losing teammates every step of the way. Hut player looking to chase back. He's changed position. Squeaky charged forward from Flamis. And Flamis doesn't want to let that space go. Flamis always content to kind of throw his hat into the ring. You know, Hut players like, yo, I've got this. Flamis is like, dude, you're taking too long.
Yeah, it's got that config energy. Let me duel.
Picks up bomb, comes and plants it, knows that Gamer Legion had them with a good opening. And this T-side now tying the game up 4 rounds a pop. Gamer Legion.
They look good.
Yes, sir.
They look very good. Very impressed with how they're playing with the CT side right now, taking advantage of the frags. Not giving too many raw duels in the mid-round moments, and when they're coming though, they're going in favor of Gamer Legion now. Painter getting caught off guard a lot.
Pain Gaming have lost control of setting the tempo of the map. Something they had when they came out swinging.
But you know, when this happens and we're casting games like this, I always call for starting secret, dropping vent early, going for lobby crunches when a team keeps abusing secret control. But the thing is, we have seen Pain use secret. You know, we have seen Pain check on outside. They're not shy in this area. It's just that Gamer Legion are still winning despite that, which makes this even more impressive. And this branching path that they take sometimes to wrap into heaven has also worked out for them. This is a great place to go, especially on the anti-ecos. I mean, there is a rifle available, but...
Interesting snow, though.
Yeah, it's just the timing is everything.
Hey, he's got the cover.
One.
You can't get wall banged out from that corner, so ZTR gets the trade on the repeat. Lux's M4 able to catch Volt's head, looking the wrong way. More damage in lobby, but Flamis survives the onslaught, and Big Uzera with Kawez to the 2v3. Now, the damage has been done.
Yeah, if they molly the vent, oh, okay. He was in a position to actually jump out of that, but...
I mean, he like peeled back at the wrong time and then no longer was moving forward the option. So ZTR maintains control of heaven. Kawez down beneath him. But still, it's the right route from ZTR out of the gate to come in through heaven to split that A site.
Definitely.
And
yeah, it's
even with an M4 in the pocket, it's not enough for Pain to steal this one away with.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best way to clear out the A site. You get opposite vent, you have an extremely strong angle versus all the positions where pistols will play from. You can stand up top there and clear out everything, help your teammates get into mini, so it's definitely worth it, even if you drop a player like we just saw. I mean, Payne came through once again with a lot of good ideas. Like, they could have ecoed a team on a better day on a round like this. But full credit here to Gamer Legion, man. Even versus some good ideas, they are beating Payne every step of the way. Have earned themselves a small lead. CTR sitting on a king's ransom, 12 grand in the bank right now.
It's really interesting to see a team like Gamer Legion with lesser experienced pieces trying to play maps that kind of catch us off guard at times. That evasive 7-map pool, man. Gamer Legion try to chase it. This one's going to be kept simple. Straight up hut rush. It's guns for the CTs, but it matters not. Volt 3, 2. Headshots into the A site. ZTR actually robbing one at the start of it all, but just that pack of players from Gamer Legion, dude, it's just blood in the water as far as they're concerned.
And you got to appreciate the conditioning in this half so far. I mean, this has just been fantastic calling overall. They've taken advantage of Secret a number of times, slow defaults, good anti-ecos, and even though the scoreline is close, all the most recent rounds have been Gamer Legion all day. And here's finally an upper pop, you know, when the body's sore, go right for the head. Gamer Legion pop out with conviction. And they give Payne the round that they were looking for earlier. Love this T side so far.
Terrorists win.
I expected Payne to clean up on the CT side, but
This is Gamer Legion knack for finding these IGLs, maybe the ones that are not getting the bigger opportunities and giving them runway.
Ash comes out and goes, when I met CTR, he wasn't a tier 1 IGL. That's going to be his quote. He's on the blade path.
And Ash making waves as a coach. It feels like he's kind of entering the conversation and getting some credit where credit is certainly due. Always tough to kind of give coaches what they deserve because there's always this uncertainty as to what they bring to the table. But with Ash, you know that he's making calls on the rosters and also kind of making the best of lesser experienced players.
And let's face it, he's got a YouTube channel. We know a little bit more about him.
Yeah, fair. That content machine. Towson catching the opening kill this time, so no matter what Payne try to do about Outer, come at it from different angles, go for a boost behind Blue. It is still just Gamer Legion sharp as ever, honed in on what could always be that first fight. And in this case is, again, a man advantage. As we hit round 11, there's finally some B pieces in place for resistance, but it doesn't look like they're going to get away with much. Snow to be found out inside of the vents as they burn him out of the corner, but there is a good pounce from Big Uzera at least. We go 2v2 as his teammate tries to make it down the vent ladder. They're going to come running up. Keep your gun out, brother. Incendiary drop. Flamis comes out from the outer wrap, and as those flames burn out, that bomb certainly inbound.
Big Uzera intent on the clutch, walking up to this, knowing when he'll be heard.
And a Big Uzera clutch is not something that's too much to ask for.
Oh, but man, Flamis goes into heaven as well. How's Big Uzera going to figure this out? Let's see.
He shouldn't be able to, but if anybody can, it is Big Uzera for Payne. Considering the squeaky push instead. And a chance to scoop up that much needed kit. 3 kills deep for Big Uzera, trying to do it all. And as he continues to carve this path closer to the bomb, it's just this uncertainty as to where the hell he is at. He has cleared everything other than heaven and main, and still he doesn't know. The flash comes out from heaven.
Wait, oh my god.
Flamis in with the duel, and Gamer Legion taking a 7th.
Not gonna lie, the flash is a little crazy, but I'm here. Hey, look up, sucker. But he still had time on his side. So.
It was almost like taunting him.
Yeah. Too slow.
What an awesome T side here from Gamer Legion.
Yeah, this one's lovely. This one should go on YouTube. How I coached a T-side masterclass at the major.
Ash, how I made kids into killers. We go 5v4 here for Pain. Maybe a parting gift for Gamer Legion. Maybe a round of pity, perhaps. One for the road, Pain. As it was momentum out the gate. Aggression as well was definitely stopped. Gamer Legion prepared by those early blows Pain were willing to throw at them at the start of rounds. And man, they have not looked in the rear view since.
And they've got all the CTs just calcified in their positions, really scared to push now. And I think Gamer Legion have very much earned this. But because it's a 5v4, Pain don't have the need to go search too much information. But if another secret timing is found, it can still be used against him. I don't know if a scope was just spotted. Looks like the Gazera felt it.
Sarah, poor guy,
Great
burned out.
protocols, man.
But it doesn't spread all the way,
They
even
still heard
for
him,
a
though.
Molotov.
They heard him, no?
Oh, the lineup!
What?
Big Uzera gets away with two. Never should have happened. And then all of a sudden, Snow locking it in from sight. Pain do indeed grab themselves a fifth. But how does Big Uzera get away with that?
Finally, we got a round like that, though. Big Uzera, you know, outside, he's normally more of a menace. But I can't really blame him here. I think this is just all about how good Gamer Legion were. It's a solid game plan. Execution was right. The calls were great. The mid rounds were great. You can specifically give those to ZTR, you know, finding the gap to drop vent, the amount of lower plants that they pulled off. They had the right ideas. So it looks like teamwork might beat that individualism that Pain sometimes lean on. But just because it's T-side doesn't mean they're out.
Worst thing Gamer Legion could do is get ahead of themselves now. But, I mean, talk about a contrast. Do not forget, we are talking about a Gamer Legion that was 0-2 after the first day of their RMR endeavor. 3 best of 3s to get themselves into the opening stage of the major, and now 6 rounds away from a total contrast. The exact opposite day one experience.
Yeah. Well, just continuing to win now.
Man, goddamn, the highs and lows of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
But they can't celebrate just yet. We've got Pain Gaming back to the T side. Let's see if they set an early tempo. They wanted to fight fast on the CT half. Despite Gamer Legion's streak of 7 rounds, it is bombed down in the pistol. CT split all over, and a deep lobby control here for NQZ. But it's not one, it's 2 players approaching from ramp. Slent certainly going to come clear this, and he catches him with a flash, smoke in hand. That's main smoke for a second time. Snow able to pick up that slack as Cowes comes through with the hold of lobby, and Pain kick it off. That's both pistols in this best of 1, and if they can convert it again, then surely they still have a chance here on Nuke.
Yeah, that's a great thing to bring up. I mean, you can have as cool of a T-side as you want, but we saw how close the half was regardless, because that good start from Pain. Pistols matter a lot in this game. They mattered before, you know, and now they matter even more in MR12. So if Pain, we could talk about how great Gamer Legion paid, but Pain win the right rounds. They can still win the map. We've got Gamer Legion buying down now. Couple MP9s in hand.
Yeah, confident at the first half. Try and rob this one off 2 MP9s. Still a smoke for Slend if they want to slow it all down, but Big Uzera's Mac 10 scares me.
The bigger, badder Mac.
Absolutely tore through opposition back on Dust 2 to begin the day. Trying to make a little bit of noise, but he is so very much on his own plane of existence over here towards Secret. And the CT's not biting on his movement. They're just waiting for him to come to them. And it's a one and done from Biguzera. So one of the SMGs revealed to be downstairs. The second right here in the hands of Volt as he tries to set up Towson. Unlike lower, in this case, it's SMG first contact and pistol to catch them off guard. Pain announcing their approach here with the utility. We get that third layer of defense as the Heaven defender steps forward. 35 seconds to the clock, and it's a solo push out from Hut. MP9 good for one. That 5-7 backside still has gone unnoticed. It is a perfect wraparound and a double out of Towson.
Okay, Towson. He said, keep it calm. I do this every day. That's 5 frags, though. 2 very key ones right there. Amazing on this eco. I mean, Tuckton played it cool. Volt said, you can bait me here. I'm going out like a Baneling. I'm just going to take any fight that I can, and bow! That last whip on NQZ seals it up. He could have very easily turned that into a clutch. Oh, what a moment to do it. Payne, we're about to tie up.
He said, full focus. Cool your jets. Everybody keep it focused. Now Gamer Legion, huge early momentum. Again, 7 rounds straight back on that T side, lose the pistol, convert with the force. Two M4s in the mix. Those stolen Galils looking good in the hands of Gamer Legion. Oh. And nobody able to kind of pounce off that first flash. Kawez tries to keep it going as this commitment from Payne to try to take over the ramp room leaves a pretty awful gap, but Slend willing to let him slide out nonetheless. That's an MP9 for Snow's troubles. He has been that beacon of hope for Payne throughout this map so far, but
yeah, it'll be hard to do anything else sneaky now. Volt's got a nice angle here waiting for Biguzera. No one's coming out of Squeaky for the moment. There's that swing punish. 2 for Volt. Nicely done. 9 rounds for Gamer Legion. And is this where they just start to walk away? Losing to the pistols in a game like this is not a great sign for Payne, man.
No.
Gamer Legion have already shown so much quality. Despite without the 2 pistols, oof, game might have been over already.
Glocks, Mohan. Dirty, filthy Glocks. And double digits.
UA could win this round.
Maybe with 3 Deagles. Complexity's 0-2.
I feel like your gun should evolve every time you get a kill.
What do you mean?
Like more expensive.
Like it's like a Gundam or something?
It stays in the category, but gets better and better. Does Tech 9 to Deagle. That's what CS is missing, Connor.
Attachments, you know, you like unlock grips and silencers. Go play Call of Duty.
Can you do that in there?
Yeah, the more kills you get, the more attachments you earn. Put a noob tube on that bad boy.
Do they just start appearing in the middle of rounds?
No, but in between maps, you know. I don't know, I don't play Call of Duty.
I can't even spell COD.
Hiding like rats behind this red box. Gonna be burned out. Towson's like, come on, boys, let's get it done with.
Yeah, let's play CS.
We are on the road to victory, and they decide to crank the dial. Clean up shop, Payne stuck on 6. As Gamer Legion have felt in full control of this game since round 5.
It's very hard to make Payne look quiet, you know, even as an underdog. In a matchup like this, I expected them to take over, but Gamer Legion, they have the keys. They really understand what make Payne tick right now, and they have they've got Biguzera in a quiet game. They've got Snow at the top, but you know, not by much. The individuals just are not shining through. They can't find these openings, these lurks. Oh my God. Okay, this is a round-winning timing here for Kawez. But someone's got to supplant this. They left this open completely.
Volt's coming back, but he's going to be exposed to it. Yeah, freebie as the knife gets pulled. Cowes doubling down onto Towson. We got a lifeline here, folks. Payne, double entry. No contest to stop that bomb from coming up. This A take is all made possible, brought to you by Cowes.
Yeah, just a lurk through the smoke. Just as I mentioned, those timings that they can find normally, well, here they've got one. So it's a lifeline. It's actually a massive lifeline because it's not a close round either. They'll save some money here, make this excruciating for Gamer Legion. It's not the kind of thing that you can do over and over again in a half, but if it even gets you one round, it was worth it.
It opened a door. Slip in, slip out, one more round added to the count, but not going to get away with all your guns.
Yeah. They certainly don't want to be hunting too hard. I mean, you're hunting guys who are pretty rich.
Cowes and Snow, though, have been the two beacons of hope here for Payne in this BO1 endeavor. But like you said, so rich, man. Look at that rebuy. Everything they could ask for. Gamer Legion still comfortable and will continue to be as Ash gets a chance to talk.
Yeah, they had 3 saves. It's cozy. Like, Ash knows they're still in control of this match. I mean, you know, in terms of mentality, someone slips through your smoke on ramp in a round like this, that's fine. You know, ZTR was bluffing by throwing the smoke down and walking away. So it got called out. Won't happen again. They know that Payne have to resort to better tactics. I couldn't tell you what the call is going to be on this round here for Big Uzera. There's still a lot to be discovered about Payne's T side so far.
Flamix playing on that close smoke. Yet again, trying to interrupt this outer play by Payne. Ooh, almost exposed. Right off the mark, and Big Uzera still zones him in for the opening kill. Didn't need to see him. Knew if he was indeed hiding, that's the one spot he could have been at. So it's Gamer Legion to face the 4v5.
Yeah, that is a pretty great punish. It's a default, nothing else to do. Why not spam that smoke down? Don't think they ever got visual confirmation of the push, but they could smell him.
Yeah, exactly. An inkling all Big Uzera needs. Playmaker for Payne, no doubt. Trying to throw himself up into the top of the board alongside Cowes and Snow. Big Uzera will be given a chance to continue on. Towson's able to stop him, though, on that smoke. Whole pack of players on the other side.
All watching.
And exposed to 3, so doomed. As Slend is given a chance to probably save this op. Cowes clears the path in A, and Payne are answering.
Big time. Now, it's a much better round in terms of how they find the aggression out of Gamer Legion, who are a team right now in the lead. They want to keep the energy high and show that they're in control of the outcomes of these rounds. Getting early picks makes things easier. Payne come through with a perfect counter to that idea. But still at a deficit, still on T side. They know there's still work to do. But at least we don't have to call this game done just yet.
And for a moment there, it felt it. Especially with that force buy in the second half, Gamer Legion given a great chance at this early CT side. But Cowes opened the door. That lurk out ramp gave them enough money, put the CT's economy in question.
Yep.
And Payne making the most of a T side. Don't put it past them to peel this one back, because Big Uzera is starting to kind of find that groove outside. He may have been muted in the first half. They got past him, that's for damn sure. But we see it in this one, finding that opening kill next to Main, doubling down as he pressured through that wall of smokes, creating space for his teammates to come through with another round. 2 points the lead, that's all Gamer Legion hold on to. But still, all that money that we alluded to as well, that'll certainly help. Rebuy made easy for the CTs.
Payne were that team, I think, in Copenhagen where it was so hard to predict how well they were going to play because, like, there were no matches versus European teams.
Yep.
You know, you just had to, like, they look good, I guess, but who are they playing? Same thing happens here, except now we remember the Copenhagen Major and you realize Pain are a threat versus anybody. They don't play differently going up against teams they don't regularly practice against. They keep the same energy, even when times get tough. And I talked about their individual level, but they're also thinking here.
Forced to think in the response of Gamer Legion's players. Oh. Cow is trying to find an opening here. Volt able to get back into the cover, but still a little pressure on the A site to keep Gamer Legion on their toes. Another wall of smokes to come.
Now, this is either going to be one of two things. They take this or they go ramp, and I think that they baited some utility out. Upper, obviously, is really nice to be able to do. One nade comes down early. They could still cross after this, of course, so Gamer Legion, they can hold their attention.
Second nade to pop it open. 2 times they've exposed the other side of the smoke, but both times no contact back there. They saw the utility getting used, so they know there's somebody, but it's just a Biguzera lurk behind main.
But Flamus is so key in this position because it is going to be a wrap into Mini.
Ooh, ZTR seeing the inklings of the commitment, but Flamus, big pickup. Now he can deal with the main pressure that ZTR has to be exposed to. Snow, clean entry. NQZ with the trade. We've got Heaven support and 2 players back site.
Oh, what a shot!
Taking one to the head. Can Towson do it again? As he did, back in the force, but exposed! Oh. And NQZ makes the difference. Not this time, Towson.
Yeah, Towson went out a little wider. If that bomb got planted a second earlier, he would have been able to full punish both players in that spot, but instead Payne come ahead with that one. That's a nice kill from Lux, man. Kept eyes trained on Heaven. Had a pixel peek from the Opera up there. Took his head off with 1 bullet.
Down to the wire again.
But now it's getting a little scary for Gamer Legion because this one takes away all that money they had built up.
All while Payne builds cash flow of their own. 5K surplus on NQZ. A broken buy ahead of them.
That was 4v5 too, right? Losing Biguzera on the lurk. That was the key part of the play, you'd think.
Yep. But just the efficient trade frags that come out from that hard, squeaky commitment.
Now, I wonder how scared Payne are because off the pistol round, the conversion, Gamer Legion pulled out an eco, snacking up into the site. Brought to you by the amount of time that got used. And the smoke comes down now in Squeaky. We've got ramp wide open, but obviously you can't plant here, so there still has to be a continuation from this point. 2 players ready downstairs. Are Gamer Legion going to rotate here? Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they're going to quickly move back down.
They're getting into good spots, too.
5-7 trying to push out that M4, just keeping its head tucked inside of the control. This is a big pack of players out of Payne. Towson actually decides to throw himself into the bomb site as well. Can ZTR offer anything up close like this? 30 seconds to the clock. It's a free frag. Towson gives the cover. ZTR starts to swing out. Still, they're tethering nicely, and the hell push is starting to get into the back line of Payne. Towson down beneath with a triple kill. Pushes Cowes into an unthinkable 1v4. Distracted by the pistols. Gamer Legion take themselves 11.
They made it happen again. Look how scared they had. Payne walking around slowly inside of the lobby. Smoke Squeaky off at the perfect time. Had the lower rotations ready to clear outside. And as a doubling effect, they could clear outside, they could come back to lower at the same time. They were useful in so many ways. This is all the markings of a great eco round. And showing you how much you can do if you put your players in the right spots, regardless of what guns they have. Of course, that M4 helps out a ton. But still, it's the first execution right out of ZTR on Biguzera. Him dying as the first player once again. That's going to strike fear into your hearts if you're Payne.
For a moment there, with Towson playing it back on control, I was worried that ZTR was going to kind of get left to his own devices, and even if he got 1 kill, not nearly as much trade potential as this move from Towson. Instead, thrusts himself forward into the pack, plays off ramp, huge triple kill from the biggest weapon on the field for Gamer Legion in a much-needed bounce-back moment. Just when the money dried up.
Yes,
just when it all seemed to be falling into the hands of Payne, look what they are left with. Pistols on the side of the T's, and a 12th round to be had here for Gamer Legion. Critical moment. Towson steps up, the newest member of Gamer Legion in the newest roster at the Shanghai Major. And a huge round to stamp his name on. Flamis busted open by NQZ. We want to talk about solo rifle moments. Well, here's one out of the Brazilians.
Yeah, that's a killer shot.
They're going to try to slip a player down through vent. Oh, NQZ catching an additional kill. Now these pistols could flood into the A play.
Yeah,
Slend not able to get into the A action as he's just been relegated into hell, and he may still find one, but you'd think A site's under wraps. You'd think. They don't climb over, they go main instead, and that opens a door for Slend. If there was somebody outside this door, if there was somebody still down beneath him, he doesn't get to peek into A. But with bomb planted, he will still have a chance to snap a player off this site.
Oh, there are some pistols here, but it would take a massive mistake still. With 4 players, an op up in heaven, Towson is waiting for the chance to support.
It's a big if.
But as long as Payne let the time bleed down, there's no way that Gamer Legion are going to get the kills in time.
They didn't put somebody heaven, but you can still see it's in the back of Slend's mind. This entire time, they have completely taken over Outer. With those 2 kills from NQZ, we go right back to the Payne train. Yeah. The momentum rolling forward.
I've seen some clean shots out of him. Definitely. This one becomes 10, and suddenly... yeah, the results up in the air again. Yeah, Gamer Legion are in the lead, but Payne have already shown us some good stuff on T side. Gamer Legion have done the same thing. Yes, Payne have needed a little bit more assistance in the pistols just to even keep this close. But now at this point in the game, it doesn't matter what's happened up until here. People are going to be buying down to their last dollar. And if the early part of this next round doesn't go well for Gamer Legion, they might go into a quick save.
Surely. They've done more with less, but they have to concede. Surely. But it's a big if, whether Payne are able to throw something out of the gate.
I've also got 2 amazing finds on Big Zero as the opening kill. Will that happen again?
Only the second timeout used by Ash, despite this game getting tight.
He's just a chill guy.
Still got the lead, no sweat. But pressure mounting. Slend, op, Outer, sees a glimpse of a T, and Big Uzera again.
Dead again.
Man. A little too comfortable as he oversteps in that gap.
Wait a second, though.
Towson pushing through the smoke. Cowes doesn't have any kind of vision because of the CT smoke indoor. But they do cross. How many times with this wall of smoke up and nobody actually went downstairs? But this time, Payne make the most of it.
Yeah, they've also won a 5v4, or sorry, a 4v5 here without Big Uzera.
Waiting for some kind of CT aggression as they allow for Payne to just try to play this lower contact. There have been many rounds where Gamer Legion keeps somebody in one of these corners.
CTR clocking in for his shift inside of lower, ready to get committed. Oh, oy, 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 oy.
They bump into each other.
That one's for control stairs, doesn't land.
Having to burn a second Molotov as they try to continue this pressure, getting closer to this B site at the 40-second mark, but even that just delayed you for 10.
But they're just baiting downstairs. They want to pull 2 rotations here and hit upper. They figured out the vent. Towson, eyes on you.
He's got Slend coming back in from heaven. He's got ZTR behind them. Nice shot as the blind is only half, but that vent player's dropped. Slend into the backside, pressure is on. Cowes getting closer, missed shots out of the offer, and Flamis is able to stop one. Bomb gets scooped back up as he tries to expose it through the smoke yet again. It's a quick move from Lux as his hands will be busy for the plant.
Oh, the time is crazy.
ZTR baits out a little bit of action. We get that quick glimpse from the T's on site.
This is the right play for Lux.
Trying to make the chase towards ZTR, who was able to slip out, but that quick mini distraction. It is a Cowes 1v3 or it's Gamer Legion 12. And as Cowes has gone off of the site, he's been found out by the retake. Gamer Legion move forward to the 12-10 lead.
Man, when he was pushing towards Squeaky, they were so ready for him. I was thinking in this 2v3, got to make something happen, but got to give credit to Gamer Legion. So careful about that moment, waiting for the smoke to come up on Mini as they are pushing out. Big Guzera dying again in the early round.
That shot
Is unreal from Slend. After image flash on him in heaven.
Cross, though, from that door player. And NQZ arguably not needed to take the